So I'm Anthony Ioppolo, I'm head of research. We're going to go over the research portion. Welcome to the meeting if you just got here, and let's get right into the news, as they say. If you're interested in presenting, you can sign up at presentations.ritsec.club. This is our ideas page. I think it's still a work in progress, but check that out for any ideas that you can do. And you can get free stuff if you get enough presentation points. Announcements. Please join the Discord if you haven't already. That's the link for it. Please sign in. If you haven't signed into the general meeting yet, you can go to sign in, go to general meeting, and then react to the message to sign in. Check the calendar, add the calendar. Everyone lives by their calendar here. It's a huge deal. And then sign up for our mailing list here. And then the mentorship groups. This is the mentorship group sign up. I might be closing this on around Sunday. So this pairs newer members with existing members. You work on a project over the year, and you present on it. It's a really good way to kind of get involved with the club and kind of start building up your resume. We are going to Letchworth tomorrow at 10. And we have Albie. Where'd you go?
Hi, I'm Albie. I'm the social events lead for RITSec. So not this weekend, but next weekend, September 10th, we are doing a trivia night in the club room at 7. As mentioned in the newsletter, unfortunately, we couldn't get Munson this time. I'm still working on the next thing that's happening. You know, I'll keep you posted. But yeah, come to this and please, thanks.
Okay, clap it up for the sponsors. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, stop. Okay, so this week's cybersecurity news, we have a TikTok account hijacking vulnerability, a Chrome critical patch that just got released, and a student loan breach. I don't have my presenter notes, so we're just gonna ball. So first we have a TikTok account hijacking. Microsoft researchers recently announced that they discovered a vulnerability in the Android version of the app. And there's two different kind of downloads for the Android version. And between both of them, 1.5 billion installations have occurred of TikTok. So that many accounts had been vulnerable for a certain point. And it allows the attackers to create a special link. And when it's clicked on, they can access profiles. They can have sensitive information, things like DMs, any account information, just the whole account. So they can force the app to use arbitrary URLs on the web view. And by using web view, they can use JavaScript badges to give functionality to themselves and kind of infiltrate the account. There's actually a lot of, the report on the bottom has a lot of all the technical information. I would very highly recommend checking that out. I got rabbit holed looking at it. And you can use the untrusted web content loaded into the web view, and it renders the entire app vulnerable to JavaScript interface injections. And the Microsoft has no evidence to see that this was used actively in the wild and supported. But they immediately notified TikTok, and then TikTok quickly came out with a patch, and it has its own CVE now. And if you want to keep going, the full report is actually pretty good. The slides will be released too. Critical Chrome patches. Chrome Google announced that the next stable release of Chrome 105 just came out. They had found 24 vulnerabilities, including 13 use after free and heap buffer overflow bugs. I forget the exact rundown, but it was 1 critical, 8 severe. So it was a lot of kind of important bugs that got patched. It impacted some of the components like WebSQL, the layout, phone hub, browsing tag, and just several pieces of the Chrome browser. So they have paid out a total of 60,000 bug bounties, and they're still working on 5 of them, so that number is likely to go up, meaning that, honestly, bug bounties, not too bad. And the latest browser iteration, Linux and Mac OS is this, and then Windows is that. So update at your nearest convenience. But they haven't had any mention of these vulnerabilities being exploited either. There was also a student loan breach. 1.5 million people had their data affected in a data breach. The target of the breach was Nelnet Servicing, and they're a provider of Ed Financial and the Oklahoma State something. I had the acronym in my presenter notes. And according to the disclosure level, the second the team found out that information had been taken, they secured what they could, blocked the attackers, and they started partnering with forensics to determine scope. And they after the investigation, which concluded pretty recently, they found that no financial information was taken, but a lot of personal data. This included personal addresses, email addresses, name, age, and social security numbers. And they saved the financial data, but they still lost all of that. And since the Biden administration recently announced a student loan forgiveness program, they're worried that they're going to use these credentials or the name details and that for kind of phishing attacks. So all these people getting money from the government, they're going to intercept that money and gain it for themselves. So the remediation that they offered was a 2-year free credit monitoring and over $1 million of identity theft insurance. Yeah. These are the sources. Without further ado, I have this week's presentations. We have Olivia Gallucci with Cybersecurity Scholarships. Allison is doing a talk about DEF CON. And Alex will be doing a Exploring LTE talk, and Colin will be doing an Introduction to ICS Security. Yeah. Go team.